The Warrior Junior here, King Bomis the second, the rise of the Jewish Reich, whatever you want to call it. The Furious One is here. Is here. Your leader, of the chosen people. Chosen. It's like, well, who chose? Who chose the people? It's like, oh, they say that God chose the people. I said, well, when did the vote happen? Because I didn't know there was a vote. With Moses chose this, whoever it was who there's a voting. It's, oh yeah, it's the Ten Commandments. It's just, don't get me started. Yo, did you see? I remember when Hasid told me, he said, "Did you know?" I says, "Yes, of course I know of Ten Commandments. It's a Charlton Heston." And this guy, what? Yeah, you don't know your history. It's like I seen the movies. The Golden Calf and the stupid. Ramses. Ramses. Who is that? Yul Brenner. Yul Brenner played a. It's a magician's trick. Remember? Father, look! Father, look! He turns the water to blood. In 6 days, Ramses, your people will suffer of the plague. And remember, it was hailing. Remember. It's good. The Ten Commandments. It's good. So it shall be written, so it shall be done. Like it's a serious. But it's the thing is, I don't understand. Like, what's this? God spoke to Moses on the top of the mountain and told him, like, what it should be. I kind of like, man, I challenge this narrative. I'm gonna get into this, and I'm gonna get into that. But first, I want to who created Independence Day. Like it's July of who created Independence Day. So I asked, oh, that's easy. That's a Benjamin Franklin. No, connection is unstable. Stable. I'm mentally stable. Stable, mentally stable. Anyways, do you know who created the Independence Day? Oh, it's easy. It's Thomas Jefferson. I says, no, no, no. I said, I know for sure who created Independence Day. It's a Paul Verhoeven. You guys don't know. It's a science fiction. The movie Independence Day is created the Paul Verhoeven. Very good movie when it came out. Let me tell you something. Timing. When Independence Day came out, perfect timing. I think it came out, if I'm not mistaken, 96, 98, whatever. Before the Star Wars movie, the special edition, before the prequels and the special edition came out, this Independence Day, there was nothing. There was nothing, and they came out with this Independence Day, and it was like, wow, a complete story. Very well received for its time. Very well received. I think we had the Men in Black after Starship Troopers shortly following. Because I remember I went with my friend to sit around the dome. We went to see Men in Black for Starship Troopers, and he was like, I mean, he almost had an orgasm. I mean, I was like, oh, the preview was put together for that movie. It's cute. I think it was very good. There was still some creativity, when they had when this, and then after all this shit, I don't know what happened after about 2000. You know, the stupid episode one. I'll never forget the anticipation for episode one was like unfucking fathomable. It was unbelievable, and the disappointment when people left the theaters with that stupid kid. Jake Lloyd playing Anakin Skywalker as a kid. The Darth Maul thing kind of saved the thing. The young Obi Wan and the Qui Gon Jinn, but you know the Chancellor Palpatine. Oh yes, so, he didn't really. Yeah, the Darth Sidious. It's kind of like. I mean, I guess. I just think it could have been done better. I think what happened was they spent too much time. Like, and the special edition was completely unnecessary. Just a way for Lucas to make more money. Um, I know. I saw everything. I went to go see everything, and that was the way I wanted to make it. Well, you made it the way you made it, and that's the way it should sit and stay until called for, I guess. Um, Very could stay until called for. Return the Jedi. The fleet. Send the fleet to the far side of Endor. He's telling Vader, the thing. Or the emissaries or something. Yeah, and he was telling Vader that. I forget the Emperor's plan. Oh, yeah, no, that's enough with Independence Day, so it's whatever. Um, where was I going? Where was I going? Okay, the title of this, the title of this is not to forget. Okay, this is kind of important. I talked about how, okay, well, I'm not doing that. Now I don't have to talk to women. Let me make a correction. Let me make a very important correction that even though I'm moving forward, it is very, very, very easy to go backwards. Tremendously easy. You're trying to challenge yourself, doing things more. You're really trying. All right. I'm trying to do things here. Well, let me tell you something. After a little frustration, you can go right back into doing, and not just that, but you can go back. You can go back to your shyness. You can go back instead of being assertive with the women. It's very easy to retract, to go back, because you're not seeing any success. Let me tell you. So last night, for example, um, the night was the girl left, whatever. I'm waiting in the lobby for the taxi guy to take me back home, and there was this couple or a couple. I don't know if a couple, whatever. It was a really, really beautiful Latino woman. I couldn't take my eyes off her. They were checking in or something, and this fucking guy, Mexican guy, big structure, tattoos, wearing shorts, all that. But the look on this guy's face, it was like just, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, why is God doing this to me? Why is God doing, like, and that's what it feels like. It feels like, okay, what do you mean? What do you mean? When I see what I like, and it's with, like, I'm reading this guy's body language, and just like, look, I'm sorry, you can judge somebody based on their physical appearance. Well, you can't judge a book by its cover. I'm sorry, but you know what? When I see a face, like a guy, kind of like, and then the look, I'm. It's not like a happy person or whatever. You don't know. Maybe he was upset or I don't know. But I'm seeing what I like with something like that doesn't, and it makes sense to me. And in my mind, I'm thinking God is punishing me. Okay. I used to say that a lot. God is punishing me. Then I started saying to myself, okay, you know what? Let's just try to refine this. Let's say society is punishing me. Okay. Let's not pin everything on God. Okay, because you don't know what God is. Now I'm gonna tell you a story. I want to finish up with that woman. Then I'll tell you the God story. Okay. So what happened was, I guess they were checking in. I'm sitting. I could see this woman. I couldn't take my eyes off her. I mean, it was just so beautiful the way I just, she was just wearing like these shorts, like this, and her legs were kind of like dense, but they weren't fat. Like it was like body structure. She must have been 25 in her prime, and she was just wearing these like, new kind of Nike shoes. And I was like, God, I could just imagine it would be just a dream to have this woman, like, wow. And this fucking Goylem, this fucking, how do you know he doesn't work? How do you know he doesn't? I don't know. Look, I'm just talking about from my own perspective. I'm not getting, so like it's just a frustration. It's what and I'm saying this. Anyway, so she sat down maybe 12 feet away from me. There's like, seating in the lobby, but she wasn't far, and she got right on her phone. And the guy went out to like a car or something like that, and I was like, here's your chance. Here's your chance. And then I started, okay, chance for what? Chance for what? Odds are they're together, whatever, checking in, everything like that. It's I have a pretty good perception on things, and in my mind I was thinking, well, you don't know, but Mike, you're supposed to be beyond. Okay, you don't need to like make your presence known to her, talk to her. The guy comes in, and not to be say there's an altercation going to happen, but what is to be had? What's to be had? Now, let me tell you something. What's to be had? It's important for you to stay sharp. Okay, that's my point. It's like you want to remember, if you go back to my early episodes, I'm talking about continually sharpening up the blade. You're continually, like, if you're working out all the time, like I did, I went to the gym for an hour, just working on little stuff, and you're continually staying sharp, in tune, in check, in sharp. That's why I should have said something. I regret it. Got to stay sharp. Got to stay sharp. Even though you're not, odds are, it's 99.9%. It's not going to happen. But it's good to work on things. They're your test subjects. You have to keep sharp.
So that way, when that, I'm telling you, 80%, my friend in the gym, I was this Israeli guy. He's really tall. He's in good shape. And he said, Michael, 80% is a communication, like what you're saying. And the only way to get communication is to stay sharp. The only way to stay sharp is to practice. And the only way to practice is when that woman was there. I could have done it, and I didn't. I'm upset at myself about it. But you know what? Can't go back. Let's stay in the now. Let's go forward. You want to progress. You want to progress, but you don't want to go backwards. Okay. So I know. Like, I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate because and the guy in the gym, he goes, Michael, you're gonna get an incredible, like, and I got like it's funny. There's a woman that works in the gym. She's pretty fucking nice. Okay. And I tried to hit on her maybe 10 years ago. It just didn't work. So I she's kind of like a hard ass. She's got an incredible ass, but he saw, he goes, her, yeah. And I says, I already tried. I gave up on that one. It's okay. Look, you have to just understand something. It's just frustrating. Like, it feels like God is punishing me. Like, when I see what I like and you don't get it, society's punishing me. I said, what did I do wrong? How come they're getting? How come other guys are getting? You don't know. Well, we met through friends. We met at, sometimes I would do that conversation. I would ask, how'd you meet? How'd you meet? I try. I say it not in a desperate way, though. You have to be careful. I was walking home from the gym and some black guy, kind of disheveled, asked me, right when I was walking by him on the sidewalk, you got a cigarette, man? I didn't even think. I just kept going. Like, fucking conveying your lower social status, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to convey lower social status, okay? When trying to meet women, you're dead. You try to do that. So I don't say walk up to a woman, you have a cigarette, woman, no. Look, you gotta be smooth. You gotta be Casanova. You gotta be status. You gotta be like gift of gab. You gotta be bold. You gotta be all these things. You gotta be non-threatening. You gotta be cool. You gotta be like kind of direct. But it's like a combinations of everything. Focused. You gotta be focused, on them. And it's hard when they're walking. They call it hitting a moving target. I mean, it's you're even if you do all those things, it doesn't guarantee you anything. That's how hard it is. And if you're picky like me, I don't know, how picky am I if every day I'm seeing women that qualify. Down there at that hotel, I saw plenty of them. Well, but they were with other people. They're off the market. Somebody grabbed it first. Like they. What can I say? I like what I like. And apparently a lot of other guys do too. Like, all different types. A lot of these guys, they work. They have successful jobs. They have a house. They have, who knows what they have. They met them in places in small towns where it's not maybe that competitive like Los Angeles is. It's a tough place. The bar's very, very high here. Yep. I mean, they size you up. Women, without saying so, what do you have to offer me? Offer you? It's like, what do you have to offer me? That's it? Like, I'm sorry. Let's take the Alex Rodriguez J-Lo example. Okay, she is who she is, right? But I'm sorry. 50-year-old is not in prime, okay? She's living off her status. Incredible hair, makeup, and everything can make anybody, like, look like, you take all that shit off, you'd be surprised what's underneath. It's not as incredible and beyond extraordinary like you would think it is. Now, my point is, look at Alex Rodriguez now. Dude is like younger than me. One of the greatest baseball players of all time in a modern time. Unfortunately, got caught up in the steroid scandal, but he made a shitload of money. The Yankees contract, $250 million, and then this and that. Okay, so you're talking about a fucking financially powerful dude. All right, good-looking dude too. And so think about this. Let's say the guy's worth, who knows? And that's the best I can get. Think about that. If I was worth hundreds of millions, that's the best I could get. That's why it didn't work. Okay, I knew it wasn't going to work. You got to understand something. Those people of power. He's not some youp, okay? When you're in the excess of a $250 million ring, you don't understand, okay? I told you, it's like the Pharaoh kind of thing. You tell somebody how to jump, they say how high, and they will. You know, like when you go to a restaurant, they wait on you, and you tip them. I mean, I'm sorry, like it's just a way, like it's a class thing. You are being served, you know, like you're catered to, like you're something temporarily. Like when you go to like a luxury hotel, they're the bellhops, they carry shit for you. You have to understand something about life and people and the hierarchy of the totem pole. Okay, you have to understand people of powerful in politics, people of power that own industries. These people are catered to. Okay, they're served to. And you know, sometimes a lot of people, they just like a little taste of that. They stay at a fine hotel in Las Vegas or something, you know, for like $500 a night. I know a taxi driver who's going there for a couple nights at the Wynn, you know, to get a little taste of something. That's what most people, that's as close they're ever gonna get. That's as close they're ever gonna get, a little taste of what, not even, it's like a morsel of what the elite people have. Imagine somebody like famous can sign an autograph. How long does it take to sign a ball like this that's worth $75? You know the power of somebody that could just sign something that's worth money? They never go hungry. And not never go hungry. You don't understand. It's a power of that, you know? And power is control. It's a combination. It's a combination of wealth and status that give those things, those elements to happening. Do you see that if it wasn't, you know, let's take away the cameras and everything like that, you know, who would these people be? It's a promotion. People paid and made them like this. It's an element of luck too. There's an element of luck, believe me, and timing. There's a perseverance, these people, talent, whatever, but it's not one brute thing. There's plenty of beautiful Latino women out there, okay? And there's plenty of them that can act too. It's just the fortunate timing and bankability and marketability. That's why they have to give money, like, you know, you understand, like Harrison Ford, they had to pay him for Force Awakens. They had to pay him. He didn't want to do it. What are you going to do? You're going to force him? Get it? Force him? You can't. You have to pay him. Look at Lethal Weapon 3, I think it was. Mel Gibson held out. He's like, I'm not doing this shit again. I'm not doing, or 3 or 4. And the studios said, we got to make this movie. What are we going to do? He's the star, him and Danny Glover. Glover agreed to whatever. Mel Gibson was like, I ain't doing this unless you're giving me like $30 million. I'll do it. And the studios sat there and like, that's a fucking lot of money. But if we don't pay him, we have no movie. And they paid him. They paid him. Independence Day. Insurgents or whatever. Resurrection, I forgot. Independence Day 2, because it was a disaster. Will Smith did the same thing. Said, I want like 30 million or they're not doing this. And it's, no. We're not going to give it to you. The movie went forward, and I didn't even see it. It wasn't well received. Meanwhile, Independence Day was one of the top 10 highest grossing films of all time when it came out in 96, I think it was. See what happens when you don't pay somebody? Usually flops. It's like Men in Black after 3. Men in Black 2, 3, and then the new cast, whatever. Nobody really cared. Hemsworth, was it? Whatever, and some other chick. See, they know it's Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. That was the deal. Doesn't work. Blues Brothers 2000. John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. John Belushi died, as whatever. So was it his brother Jim Belushi, the actor, who stood in or something? I think with Dan Aykroyd, wasn't well received. Everybody knows the original. We got half a pack of smokes or whatever. We're at barely a drop of gas in the tank. And we're on a mission from God. It's the Blues Brothers. Watch that movie if you want to see something cute. I'm a soul fan. I'm a soul. Really, that just. That guy that I talked with, that he's very, very knowledgeable, this dude, but his attitude, he said something, he was belittling, he badmouthed Dick Clark. He said he was on Bandstand, all these other shows, but he was just like a curmudgeon kind of thing. I felt like I was the same way when I was younger. This dude was like in his 60s, though. Bad mouthing all these dancers, all these people, and everything like that. And I said everything, but what happened to you, man? Why are you so bitter? I don't need to know. I'm not there to help him. But all those people at that age, they're stuck like that. They ain't changing. They're not learning. They're not growing. It was like helping to pack up the dance thing, And I talked to him. He knew all the people I knew that got me started. Okay, so think about 10 Commandments. Think about God, These beliefs that most people have. It's going along with this narrative. I'm Jewish. I'm proud I'm Jewish, But this narrative of these stories, these beliefs, Jesus, not, it's just all nonsense. I'm sorry. Well, are you atheist or something? Well, that's a belief too. Now I heard this story. I think I heard this on the radio or I researched. I might have said it before. I'll repeat the story again. I think it was in the 1700s. It was like All Saints Day or something in Lisbon, Spain, Portugal or Spain, yeah. And it was like the biggest gathering of the year. Like everybody went to the church to pray, pray to God, whatever, All Saints Day or whatever. It was like 70,000 people all went to these churches there. And it was like the biggest earthquake in that recorded history for its time. It happened that morning. And like it killed more people than 70,000 people died in a day or something ridiculous number. And people, how could God do this? All knowing and all loving. How could he kill all these people? How could he do this? And then I think like maybe a week later, the biggest tsunami in recorded history wiped out the whole fucking town. How could God, a loving God, do this? Shortly thereafter, that was the birth of atheism.
Interesting, huh? This type of thing that, there's a supreme God that basically, you know, controls everything that happens, all knowing, all loving, and stuff like that. How do you know? How do you know? You're going based on faith of something that you think is Jesus, the Son of God. Who's the mother? It's the Mary whatever, the Immaculate Conception whatever. It's a human, and he rose from the dead and something. I don't need to know the story, because it's what are you talking about? Who says? Who came up with this thing? The birth of Christianity. He was Jewish. People don't believe, that's why they have no faith in anything. So they look for a story. How do you know what happened? How do you know there was other beings came from other world or something like that and did something, that somebody saw something? We had a thing in elementary school, I'll never forget it. They had us in rows. There's like 30 of us. What happened is we whisper. You start with the first person, and the teacher tells the first kid a line saying, the library is open till 3 p.m. And then what happens is the kid turns around and whispers it to the second person, that second kid. And the second kid whispers around. And then it goes all the way around the 30 kids. Then by the 30th kid that gets it, he tells, and the teacher goes, okay, what's the message? And he goes, the library is closed after 6 p.m. on the weekends. That's not how it started. Do you see? It changed over the people told somebody else, and someone told somebody else, and it became prefabricated, and a lot of it's overinflated. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. A lot of these people, they believe in these deities. They believe in this kind of stuff. It's almost as ridiculous as Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. It's almost as ridiculous. They don't believe they build these things, these incredible churches and stuff like that, everything. And I'm sorry. It's not because I'm Jewish I'm saying this. I can say the same thing. I told you, I made fun of 10 Commandments. There's recorded history is recorded history. But then still, that could be like not even made sense. Well, then what is God? What is God? You don't know. I don't know, okay? I don't know. It could be everything. It could be nothing. The only thing we know is what we think we know that are facts about the Big Bang, what happened, and the creation of the universe. We think we know. We don't know how that started. We don't know exactly what happened at the breakdown of everything. We look out there, we see all these galaxies and everything like that. Possibly an intelligent designer, Maybe it was part of energy or something. But, to think it's like a guy, in Star Trek 5, you doubt me? One name, many faces. Remember? Bring the ship closer. Yeah. You doubt me. Wow, he'd be there. Imprisoned past the Great Barrier. He couldn't get out. Why? Creator of everything. Sounds nice, It's all-knowing, all-loving thing. It sounds nice. That's what you want to hear, right? That it's a person, right? That's what you want to. That's what people want to hear.
Maybe nobody knows. It's not supposed to be known. Whatever did. Maybe it doesn't fit into anything that you can even think about. It's beyond comprehension. Okay? Maybe. Who knows? It's interesting. I'm just frustrated, sometimes. I really tried. I got a text from that chick, that one the Latina, the 55-year-old one. You're so sweet and gracious, like told her after don't need any explanation for you don't want to show anger and hostility and upsetness and agitation. That's not going to help you anything. I know. Hmm. So easy to do too. You have to stay the course. You have to stay the course. It's going to be a bumpy ride sometimes. Turbulence. Has to be thought through. Like nobody's gonna understand what you have to go through to get there. It's your fight. It's your struggle, and you don't need anybody's validation or anything. It's not important. I tell this to other people. I said only you know what you've been through in life. Don't have to prove anything to anybody. A lot of these guys, at the gym, these gay guys or whatever, they're just taking a lot of chemicals. Okay, it's just chemicals. A German scientist developed this for horses in like the 1940s. It worked for horses, made them stronger, faster. And then, well, what will happen if we give them the people? Let's see. Wow, what a change! And that was like you saw next level of bodybuilding. You started to see guys in the 50s, Steve Reeves, Reg Park, really kind of like the muscles filled out more. This is more like pumped up. You're like, wow, look at the size of that guy. Look at the shape. It looked like a Greek god statue and stuff. That was like the birth of anabolics. What happened was, and so that stuff, you literally, you take that shit, and yeah, it's like, it's chemicals. And if shit works, but you don't know what's doing to the insides. And then you stop taking. What happens? It goes away, and it's like it's kind of it's really, boy, some of these guys just shrivel up. Like you could be somebody that was really, even when I stopped taking my protein powder, I didn't shrivel up because I never was on any real gear. So sure, I lost size. No way. I was close to 200. I mean, this shirt would be full. But it's okay. I mean, that was like my whole life was the gym. That's not good. It's not good. Better than doing a lot of things that are destructive, really bad, but building a body is not building a life. Not necessarily building a life. No, it's not. You got to build this. You got to build this. That's smart. This is part of everything. The physical stuff, the walking, exercise like that, that's all part of everything. The eating right, clean. Okay, look, I'm not perfect. When I came back from Anaheim last night, I had the taxi guy drop me off at In-N-Out Burger. I take you home after. I said, dude, I can walk. I like to, because I'm sitting too much. I tighten up. I don't like it. After the burger and everything, I walk home with the shake, whatever, a couple miles. It's fine. If I can do it, I do it. You can't let shit get out of hand. What happens, you get older, it gets harder. The body has to be used a lot. If it's does not used a lot, it's going to stagnate. And then health problems are going to incur. I'm sorry, that's how it works. Unfortunately, you might, bigger you are, you're going to have, it's going to be more challenging. But that's just the way it is. It's, women are so obsessed with their looks, And they get older, it's, just, it's like they're so superficial. Came up to me, all these people, you're such a great dancer, you're such a great dancer. And I always answer. If I don't say thank you, I say, but it's more important who you are as a person. But I'm a better person though. I don't even want to get to know that. Because they're so superficial. LA, I'm sorry, even though Anaheim, it's still like part of that Southern California fake phony peopleness. Smoke screen of hair and makeup. These people all watching televisions and movies and seeing these celebrities. Isn't she beautiful? You know how many people say, oh, isn't she beautiful? Yeah, but who are you as it doesn't matter who they are as a person. You fucking moron. Don't it matter who you are inside? The beauty is the inside. It should be reflected on the outside, okay? It should come through. I'm sorry, I'm a visual guy because, to get my dick hard, I need to see like a woman that I'm the beauty. But they have to be beautiful also inside as a person because I've met rotten women that are incredible. They're beautiful on the inside, but they're rotten people, okay? It's a bit, of course, you get off, whatever, but it's not a good-hearted person you want to spend any quality. It's not a quality person. A lot of those women that are rotten, those are the mechanical women that you have to pay. The working girls, the pros, the escorts, the porn stars, the chabberbait chicks. They act real nice. They're taking your fucking money. Of course they're going to act nice to you. They're taking your fucking money. They need that. It's their lifeblood. They need that fucking money. But I remember, I told you, a small percentage of women that do that compared to how many there are out there. And there's plenty of women that got great bodies that don't do that shit, okay? Plenty, and plenty. But it's easier to go online and look at something. I know. It's easy. Do you see what I say? It's easy. I fucking spent $250, whatever, between taxis of going all the way around, and then all the way there and everything. It's not the money, okay, whatever, but then going all the way down there and then not getting nothing, and then coming all the way home nothing. You think that's easy? But it. You don't try, you don't know. And you don't try, you don't build any kind of. There's no. In Dungeons and Dragons, there's a thing called experience points, EXP. It's experience points. Those experience points add up if applied properly. And it shows. It's like kind of like you're fishing and you got a little stronger line, you got a little better pole to work with here, maybe a little better bait, something to put. You'll get something, I hope. Just the waters of Los Angeles are incredibly difficult. Okay? There's a lot of interference here. There's a lot of other boats. There's a lot of other dudes with poles. They're all trying to catch against you also. It just doesn't show, believe me. You know when it shows? When you start going after what you want. All of a sudden, when you're going after the one you like, you watch the interference come in. You watch. I can 100% guarantee you. I didn't say 99. I can 100% guarantee you. If there's anything that's good and you're doing your approach and you're trying, within the span of a minute or less, the interferences are coming. All of a sudden, the girlfriend that she's with, well, we gotta go. The guy says something. I gotta be the girl. I'm sorry. The interferences stopping you from getting what you want. Okay? I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. They're gonna say. Why can't you? You can't say it like that because you come off hostile and stuff. Then they just defense mechanism comes up. Because the society tells them no, not to take chances. Because in order to give something, in order to get something, they have to take something else out. And most women are not willing. Okay, they got their friends and their groups and everything like that, and you're upsetting the delicate balance of this. That's reality. That's not a TV show. That's reality. People are very threatened by change. Star Trek 6. Very threatened by change. They don't like it. And you coming in there out of left field, you know, I guarantee you, if I would have said something to that Latino chick, that guy would have saw that. The shock, you know, like maybe he would have been cool about it. I don't know. But it's like, you know, how many times I try to do that, and they're like, they're completely unprepared for somebody like me. Like what I'm doing is dangerous or something. Like what I'm doing is illegal or something. I'm sorry. I'm bold. I am fucking bold. Now, I know I don't come off like that sometimes, well, why didn't you do it? I'm saying it because I'm trying to remind myself to stay strong, stay bold, stay warrior. You have to keep the fight going. It's that hard. You know? There's in biology. I've seen this picture. I've seen a video of this. There's the egg, the woman's the egg. Fertilization process. Look this up. And the spermatozoa, whatever. They're all fighting to get in there, to be the one to fertilize the egg. Look at the video. One gets in, okay, whatever. All the other ones are all fighting to get in. What happens when we're adults? We're all fighting to get that woman. We're all doing the same thing. The same exact thing. And it's broken down in a molecular way. You can see it. It's the exact same thing, okay? You just can't see it on a molecular level. We show it on the videos, the research, the document. You can see. Blow your mind. Human eye can't see that, but it happens. I think that's the same thing with God. I think it's the same thing. You just can't see what it is, but it's the exact same thing. You know, today's July the 4th. You would think it'd be real easy, you know, going out. And I can guarantee you, if I try to do pickup, it's the same fucking shit. It doesn't matter if it's what day it is or what everything it is. It's going to be hard. We got to go. You got to go. It's July the 4th. Where do you got to go? Can't come off like that, though. I'm coming off like that, so I'm here. But you can't do that. Attempting pickup. Any negativity, you're dead. You're gone. You're eliminated. It shows weakness. Because there's so many other dudes out there. You gotta be different than just 101 other fucking schmucks. I'm sorry. If it applies to you, like it applies to me. Now, the reason I do these live, I let it roll, because I'm hoping a couple of years from now, there are people like me out there. There's nobody exactly like me, but there are plenty of dudes out there like me that this relates to. And they just, you know, it depends how old they are, too. Now, again, I talked about the Mystery Method book, you know. He's a master pickup artist, okay? He teaches you, you know, how to be smooth, how to do, yeah, that's his thing. He doesn't really get into, he doesn't explain, you know, the real paralyzing warrior, you know, the thing like I really kind of go. But his thing is really important, you know. It's a very strong pick up, get laid thing. And it's a process and it's not easy. You know, I think he's from a small town outside of Toronto, Canada. And I was like, there's nothing going on. So he had to like take a Greyhound 30 miles, 30 minutes or whatever, into like a bigger city, you know, just to try to meet women and stuff. And, you know, wasn't really getting success. Then he moved to Project Hollywood, teamed up with these guys. They got like this they got like this house off the Sunset. I think I've been there for summits and stuff. And that's like where the base of operations. And they would the goal was, look, get the hottest chicks. They all teamed up. They're all paying who knows how much rent for that fucking place at the time. Maybe $5,000 a month. So they're all paying whatever, $1,600 each and stuff. Like make it real nice. And their whole goal is fuck as many beautiful women as possible. You know, say, look, they all brag, I got this big house in the hills, you know, like it's a serious focus. And then like, you know, their dress, their style, everything, you know, and they all worked with each other. It's like a baseball championship team, you know. It's like attacking this, like they're all on the same page. That's why they all were getting action. Work together to get into like the highest end clubs, and then build each other up to get the hottest fucking women, like basically putting each other on a pedestal. I've heard of this before. Like one guy would pull up like in a limousine, you know, and he'd get out there, and then the women, and he would be like, and he would have a driver like, you know, push him, like, and he says, this is the so and so, and the women like, and the guy would reel in the women. Well, who's the driver? That's his friend. That was his friend. And then they would reverse it. Where the guy who was the big shot in the limo, he would drive one night. And the other guy would be the big shot. They were helping each other. Because they knew together they were more powerful than by themselves. Can be done by yourself, yes. But can you imagine a team of guys all working together? Wrote books, Mystery, Style, and what's his name? Holy shit. These guys were pulling whatever the most beautiful women and celebrities and everything. Because those other guys were pushing that one guy forward. they were looking at him and it's okay, well, this is a flaw with this, it's like, hey, find this. They see shit that you don't see. I'm like, good ways. They're trying to help you. That's like, generic PUA, pickup artist thing. It's Casanova, who say it works, yeah. But you're talking about the real power. I said this earlier, the gift of gab, 80% at least. You don't got that. I'm not saying I do either. HDV, high demonstration value. I thought it was dancing for me and everything. It was. In all my years of going out, yeah, women did approach. I just didn't know, and they always approached during the worst times when I was really getting in the groove and doing my thing and enjoying myself. And I like to choose what I like. I don't want, any woman come up to me on some desperate fucking loser. I have to take whatever I can get kind of thing. That conveys your lower social status. I don't do that to this day. I go after what I like, okay? And if I don't get, I don't get. I'd rather have nothing. Lower your standards. What the fuck does that mean? What do you mean? Either I like something or I don't. Lower your standards. What the fuck does that mean? I get turned on or I don't. It's kind of simple. Fucking people, Take whatever you can get, and trade up. I heard that too. Not when you get older. You don't got enough lifetime left to do that, to be some goylem, okay? I don't know. I've seen these Hispanic people, some of them, these women, they take whatever. I don't know. I don't care. They're irrelevant. What's relevant is me, what I want, okay? And the problem is when you go after your, people start looking at you, like society trying to shun you. Why are they so concerned what I'm looking at? That's where you got to build that mental strength. Because you are going to stand out when you try to do something a little off, off the cusp, going against the thing. People always watch that. You're bold. Most people are not bold, okay? I'm sorry. Might act like they're tough. I told you what that is. You go back and you listen to my earlier episodes. All smoke screen. It's nothing. They practice fighting every day, every fucking day, maybe twice a day. What I do, okay? And I hate it. Well, I like the choreography of stuff that looks kind of cool. But I would hate to actually have to manhandle somebody. I would absolutely hate it. Take my fucking, grab somebody and put their fucking head in my knee and then fucking grab them in a headlock. You think I would like that? No. You think I want to go to jail? You think I want to hurt somebody? No, I don't. Do you think I want to get hurt? No. But you have to do it to build confidence. Or else these people with their smokescreen are going to beat you to your knees, proverbially. Verbally. They're going to beat you to your knees, and they're going to keep you there. They're going to keep you from approaching. They're going to get you out of there. They're going to use a little bit of their gift of gab to intimidate you, to scare you, to keep you from being bold. It's a tactic. It's an intimidation tactic. And it works on most people. But it doesn't work on me. It works less and less and less on me. The more I train every fucking day, the less and less I get scared. Because I start to see through the smoke screen. Now, I'm not there to challenge guys. Energy goes where attention flows, where energy goes. Attention flows where energy goes, whatever. Same thing, you can say it backwards, whatever. My focus is on getting those women that I want. Those interferences, those asteroids are always going to be trying. The interferences more is this. I'm busy. I got to go. I'm sorry. But I gave one woman today my business card. She was here for 1 day or something. She's going back to Germany tomorrow. And I tried to use it. I tried to talk to her in Yiddish or whatever. I didn't have a pen on me, but, thing is I gave her my card at least. It's not even good enough, okay? You've got to get their number, and you've got to make sure and be bold and say, look, I really want to make plans to see you. That's bold. That's bold, and it's not aggressive. It's not like like threatening kind of thing. I would love to make plans to see you. That's bold. That's like, this guy, wow, he really wants to see me kind of thing. Yeah, but it's not threatening. And it's not like, hostile, whatever. That's what you have to do. That way they know that what it's about. You're not playing games. You're putting yourself out in the open. And they go, sorry, I'm just, you're not, hurt my feelings then, hurt my feelings. I don't go out with like, balding Jewish guys that are 5'9". That's fine. I can take it. I can take it. What I can't take is not knowing. That bothers me. Indecent Proposal, that movie, Robert Redford, he goes, I remember I was a kid. And there was this train going by. And there was this girl, like he was saying, he was like 12 years old or something. And he's like the most cutest girl I ever seen in my life. And I ran after the train. I would give anything just to introduce myself, whatever. Remember? He said that in the movie, like he was talking about when he was a kid. And I never got that chance. And he goes, every day I think about if I could have got that chance. And he's a billionaire, right? In the movie, the character, he told that to the Indecent Proposal, to the Demi Moore thing. Never got another chance. All that money and everything, you can't get another chance. There'll always be others. Yeah, there'll always be others. But there'll never be another chance. Okay? Like that. You're waiting for the perfect time. You're waiting for the perfect chance. It's never going to happen. Never. I'm sorry. You have to get embarrassed. You have to be ridiculed. You have to be laughed at. You have to be made fun of. You have to be booed. You have to be criticized. Okay? If you're like me. You have to take it all. And then some. And then hope that everything that you've done, everything, gets you the woman that you wanted. In my opinion, in my view. For me, it's that hard. And most people are not going to fucking do that. No fucking way. Okay? It's too much. That mountain is too fucking high. Okay? But I'm trying to climb it. And what happens, the elevation gets steeper and steeper. I said, you can go and you can try to walk Mount Everest in shorts. Yeah, the first couple 100 feet maybe. Wait till it starts getting up. You got to have shit to fucking, that air is going to get thin. You got to have tools to get through that. What's the tools? The tools is being able to talk to women properly, being able not to get upset, being able to avoid interferences, get criticized. All these things are the tools. And you build the tools. And the more tools you have, you can go further up that mountain. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go up that mountain and get the tools little by little. Anyway, it's been an hour. I hope you like this one. It was passionate one, you know. It's good. Could help people, you know. That's why, you know, I do it live and keep it archived. Keep it archived that, you know, maybe a couple years from now somebody would see and say, yeah, I'm not the only one that talks like this. Believe me, I'm not. I'm the only one that talks like me. It's authentic, but there's other guys that you know, they relate to this perfectly. Believe me, plenty other dudes out there. Yep, yep. And some of them really try too. The real beauty in this is watching the evolution, you know, like the challenge. That's the beauty. If you get in the end, it's the end result. Yeah, that's the grand prize. Yeah. And then in the beginning, it's like, you know, a guy, you know, is upset, angry, doesn't know what to do, anything. But the real beauty is watching the hike up the mountain with all of its, you know, pitfalls and troubles and everything. That's the beauty. That's the journey. That's what it's about. You never forget the journey. Hey, if I don't make it, if it was all, hey, you know, you're a putz, you know, then you know what? Then I am. Then I'm a fucking, yeah, that's fine. But if you believe that you're not, and you're doing the right thing in your heart, don't let fucking anybody stop you. Nobody. Okay? With anything. You get those fucking people out of there like a fucking, like you have a machete in the Amazon forest. You just people get in your fucking way, you get through them. What I mean by that is you ignore them. You do not give them any of your time. They're not helping you. They're criticizing you. They're trying to pull you down. They're trying to beat you to your knees and keep you there. Don't allow it. Do not allow society to do that. Don't allow it. Go after whatever it is, while you can. I have a acquaintance, you know, I use that term friend very kind of hard. This guy's more of an acquaintance. He's, you know, he's a little out there, you know. He's my age. And, you know, if he saw what I said like this, he would go, don't do it. Don't do it, is what he would say. Hoo-hoo. He wouldn't do it. Because he's afraid. He's can't handle the repercussions that what's going to happen. A lot of people just don't want to be even embarrassed, laughed at, made fun of, ridiculed. There's strength that comes from this. Those people that are the naysayers, they sit in the fucking seats in life. They sit behind the barriers. They're not on the field of play. They sit in the fucking crowd where they belong. And there they will stay. Okay? The bold people are the actors. The bold people are the professional athletes. The bold people are the leaders. The people that run everything. The commanders. Whatever. Comedian, you know, that stands up on stage in front of all those people. Do you know how hard that is? What kind of art that is? To get everybody on the same page as you and you're making them laugh without offending people? It's the most difficult thing you can possibly imagine. Joe Rogan can do that. Martial artist, comedian, and he has a podcast show. That's a fucking warrior, a modern day fucking warrior. Smart. I think he made like $10 million signed from contract or something. See, good at something, the money comes out of nowhere, wherever. Doesn't come out of nowhere wherever because it's attracted to him. Plenty of it out there. The money comes to him because he's fucking good at what he does. You write a book that can help people, what's that worth? If it's properly promoted and stuff. Or anything. I like this. But I'm not doing this to try to make money. I'm doing this to try to maybe help somebody. Doesn't cost me nothing. And in a way, I feel like I'm helping myself. Nobody's watching. You'd be surprised what happens. Maybe a couple of years from now, somebody comes along and listens to this and he tells his friend about this. You got to hear this guy. He's like real. He's being honest. He tells his friend about this. Next thing you know, he got 5, 10, 20 people listening. And he tells somebody else about it. You never know. And this is just one thing I do. Anyway. It's about bettering yourself. Get better. Don't be that 60-year-old curmudgeon guy. Okay? Don't be. I would have been. I guarantee you I would have been. If I didn't study, learn, and change and challenge myself, I would have been. I know you sound angry. I'm not angry. I'm passionate. There's a big difference. I'm passionate. I'm not angry. A passionate person goes for it. An angry person complains, vents. That's not what I do here. I don't complain. I create solutions to problems. That's not a curmudgeon. A curmudgeon is a complainer. Doesn't do anything about it. Yeah. What is wrong with you? That's you're allowing that to get under your skin. You're allowing them to beat you to your knees and keep you there. Not physically. I know it sounds like beat you to your knees, like somebody said, but they're beating you like here. It's just as bad. It's just as bad. Because what that does, it keeps you from doing approaches. It keeps you from taking risks in life. And it keeps you from not getting what you want out of life. Believe me. Believe me. A lot of people, they do not want to be criticized. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to be laughed at. They don't want to stick their necks out there. Okay? I do. I do. All right? And believe me, there's not a lot to show for it sometimes. It's not instant reward like you're thinking. Oh my God, okay, fine, I'm bold, I'm going for it. Okay, where's the reward? I'm a fool, I look like an idiot here, and I get nothing to show for it. Give it time. Give it time. Experience points. Experience points. They add up. I told you, if somebody tries to engage me in something, guess what I got behind me? I got a fucking shitload of fucking, of fight practice. I got a shitload of experience dealing with people. So you're gonna have to outsmart me. It's like me playing a chess master. They're gonna fucking kill you because they're a fucking master. They put in the time. And in life, it's the same thing. Somebody try to one-up you with a curveball comment and stuff like that. They're gonna get cut to pieces if you decide to engage them. You're going to make them look like the biggest fool of all. I don't recommend it because that doesn't really do anything for you. I know it would make you feel better, but it doesn't mean you're better when you put somebody down. It's not worth it. I know. It's out of your ego kind of thing. I know. But again, you want to focus your energy on your dreams, on your goal, whatever it is in life. And when those people come in, those asteroids come in, whatever says you can't do it, they can all go fuck themselves, okay? They can all go fuck themselves. You got to be selfish. That makes you unique. And when you're bold and unique, you're fucking dangerous. In a good way. Now, that word dangerous is misconstrued, very, very misconstrued. I know. It's like, you're dangerous. Oh, dangerous. The criminals are dangerous. Yeah, they are. There's dangerous. The criminals are dangerous. Okay? I'm not saying be a criminal. A threat. It's a threat. Another hard word. Let me tell you something. You go out for a job and you're trying to take a job from somebody, you're threatening their position. Okay? All right? You're dangerous to that person. It's all a point of view. It's all a matter of perspective. But if you're more qualified and you're better, then, you should be able to take it from them. I'm sorry. It's like the better one wins in all walks of life, in all aspects. I'll leave you with the last story that's close to home with this. My uncle, my dad's brother, he worked real hard from like nothing to, he drove limousines for years and years and years, but he's fucking really smart, business smart. He went with one company, took it as far as he could go, and he couldn't go no further. He went to another company, and one of the biggest limousine companies. He was turned out to be vice president of one of the biggest limousine companies in the country, in the U.S. What happened was the owner just wanted to sell the company. He wanted out already, so he sold 2/3 of the company. And my uncle was out of being vice president. He was gone. But my uncle made so much money over the years working that he started his own limousine company. That ran into problems. But my point is that my uncle got married. And he found this girl that it was really attracted to, it's my aunt. Turned out a lot younger than her. She was pretty. They had a kid together. And then she left him. Give you a minute to try to think why. Well, irreconcilable differences, or arguing over money and stuff like that. Nope. What happened? Think for a second. Pause. Think. She found a dude that his net worth, that the family friend that recently got divorced, that was worth like $100 million. And she left my uncle for him. Kid is like 13 or 14 years old. Daughter, my cousin. I asked my uncle about it. Oh, she's a princess, wants to be treated, Y'all see how fucked up reality is? Just because some dude, got a family friend, whatever, got divorced, and he's single and he's worth like $100 million or more. My uncle's wife left my uncle for him. And you're telling me that I can't go up to women and try to do approaches and do basically the same thing? It happens all the time in reality. Okay, that's reality. But society doesn't want you to do those things. But it fucking happens. Happened to my family, okay? That's not the reason that I say to do this. If you go back to my first episode, you're challenging the fears and insecurities you have, if you have them, when it comes to this. It's one of the most difficult things you will ever do in your life, is challenge societal norms. Anything that there's no law against it, and you're doing it differently, you're challenging societal norms. You're going to be looked at differently. You're going to be criticized. You're going to be made fun of. You're going to be laughed at, yelled at, booed at, or something. because you're doing things differently. And that's generally not accepted by the sheep of society, which are most people. Fuck them, fuck the sheep, okay? Don't be them. Do not be them. Or you will live your entire life like the sheep, and you will never be anything. Nothing worth mentioning. I guarantee you, it's 100% guaranteed. Not be remembered. Look at Alexander the Great. Everybody knows who that is, right? I wonder why. Was he a sheep? I'm not saying you have to be like that, though. You don't have to be immortalized like that. But you can challenge the things that are holding you back in life, whatever it is. It's there. I know it is. And you're scared. Because you're scared what other people are going to think of you. And they don't fucking matter. You don't have to go like this to everybody. You go like this to everybody in your mind when they try to like put you down like this. If you know in your heart that you're doing the right thing, then you do it. Period. Till next time. Warrior Jr. out. Keep fighting. And keep believing. And don't let anybody fucking rip you off or stop you. That's David Horowitz.